Tourette's fetishism. Just the shit you gotta deal with when you live in Ohio.
Hello shorties, and welcome to another installment of Beanlore. In today's episode of Beanlore, we will be discussing the time that Beans got stuck in a car with a Tourette's fetishist. I don't think I really need to explain anymore, so let's get into the story.
I realized at the ripe age of like 13 that Americans do not call it the boot. They call it the trunk or something, like the back of the car, where you put like, I don't know, 700 fucking bottles of Pepsi if you're my Uber driver apparently. His trunk, and he had a fucking massive trunk. The back of his car was pretty big too, but that fucking trunk, his trunk was huge. And it was filled with like Pepsi. It's not like the big ones, little ones, just like stacked on top of each other, all the way to the fucking top. It was so fucking weird, but it can't be worse than that Tourette's fetishist tow truck driver, I guess. I was driving back from my job as a camp counselor, and this job was like kind of in the middle of nowhere, like by like lakes and mountain fucking trees and shit. And so for a large part of my journey, there was no cell reception. And it just so happens that upon part of this journey, Kevin decided to drive into a fucking mountain, just go whoop, 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 whoop. And I completely fucking busted open both tires on the side of my car. This was no, oh, replace the tire, slap her on the ass and go situation. This was a, oh fuck, my rims and tires and shits are just like, fuck. This is me as like a 18-year-old, right? I get out the car, I'm fucking like sobbing. Ugh. I get back in the car because I'm like, oh my god, what if someone sex traffics me? I get back out the car because I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do anyways? And I'm just like bawling, right? Eventually, a very kind cycler, whatever you call him, dude on two wheels comes by, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, can you please help me? I have like 2 flat tires, they're completely fucked. I need like help. And he's like, okay, I am gonna go bike down and see if I can get signal on my phone to like call someone for you. And if not, I'll find some rangers and they can walkie-talkie the police for you. And so he doesn't end up getting reception because we're in the fucking mountains, but he does find some park rangers and they are able to walkie-talkie some police to get to my location. And so the policeman gets there and he's like, right, what's all this then? But he was actually pretty chill. The first thing, obviously, every single time that I interact with a police officer, I'm like, hey, I have Tourette's. Please don't tackle me if I make threats or say I have illegal substances. He ends up, radioing the station. They call my dad, tell him that I'm like alive, just a dumbass. And they also radio so that they can get a tow truck to like bring my car and me all the way back to the place where it can get fixed and I can go home. Going wonderfully for crashing into a mountain. The tow truck driver gets there and the cop is like, oh, do you want, like, are you comfortable like going in the car with him? Because, I was a very small, feeble child female thing. I was like, yeah, it's good, but thank you. So I get in the car with the guy. It's all fine, right? Everything's like chill at first, we're talking. And then the guy's like, oh, by the way, like the cop told me that you have Tourette's. I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, this is true. And then this man goes, oh, that's actually so cool. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, why do you think it's cool? And he's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just like, it's kind of hot. And I was like, I Kubrick stared this man down. First of all, when I first got into the car, he thought that I was too young to drive. He thought I was like 14. This is like a 20-something-year-old man, right? He thought I was like 14. Dun dun! And first of all that, and then the Tourette's fetishism is fucking weird. And so then the rest of the ride is so fucking uncomfortable because every time I like wink or like make a sound or say some like shit, he's like, and I'm just like, and so then we finally get back and then I get out the car and I'm like, okay, bye. My dad's like, hey, you fucking idiot, like what's up? And I'm like, hey, and I tell him about what like happened with the tow truck driver and he's like, okay, so not only do you fucking get into a fight with a mountain and lose, but you also almost get molested on the way home. Like, great, good job, Beans. I do not know how I would have handled that situation if it were me. I probably would have gone out and ran home. Of a moving vehicle? We were in a tow truck. I was like high up off the ground. It was not happening.
That was the story of the guy who may or may not have had a Tourette's fetish. I don't know. I think it was pretty weird, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Kind of a short one for today, but I hope you did enjoy this story. And also let me know how you would have dealt with this situation, because I kind of just sat there like a lemon and didn't do anything. But I'm curious if you guys would have done anything different. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.
We'll meet again some sunny day, and